to come out and say, we're not re-signing there and we want to trade, incurring a $50,000 fine, which I know is a mere bag of shells here. For them to do this, it puts the Pelicans in an awful position of having to ride out, if Anthony Davis is willing to do it, 2.5 months of fan anger, unpopularity. I mean, they've already removed him from the hype video that they play in the Smoothie King before the game. So why give anybody what they have tried to put you in an awkward position to get, Howard? Do you think any part of that is folded into this?
It might be, Rich. Nobody likes to be manipulated. I can't imagine anybody with the Pelicans organization appreciates the fact that every single day there's another drip or tweet coming from Anthony Davis's camp, various ways of trying to pressure them into making a deal now, whether it's Anthony Davis Sr. speaking out about how the Celtics treated Isaiah Thomas, whether it's every single day somebody tweeting some version of he's not going to re-sign with the Celtics, he doesn't want to go to Boston. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen a campaign orchestrated quite like this. And, yeah, if you're the Pelicans, you probably resent that. That said, you don't make a deal or not make a deal based on those emotions or resentments. You make the best deal that you can for your franchise to ensure its health and competitiveness going forward. And if you think that deal can be on the table this week, then by all means make it. But if you think that the best deal is the one that might be waiting for you July 1st, then you hold off. You are under no obligation as an organization to trade Anthony Davis to the destination of his choice or his agent's choice or LeBron's choice. You're obligated to do the best thing for your team. Now, is that possibly warping the market that he's saying I only want to go to these 4 teams, which, by the way, at least 2 of them are not even viable. But, that could be warping the market a little bit. But, again, the Pelicans, have to make the decision. And the team that was trading for him, if they're willing to roll the dice, they're not on the list and they roll the dice, they can do that. It worked out pretty well for Oklahoma City when they rolled the dice on Paul George, who supposedly wanted to only be in L.A., and so far so good for Toronto with Kawhi Leonard, who only wanted to be in L.A.
So which teams do you think are not viable on the list of teams that are, again, that apparently Davis has forwarded to the Pelicans?
Yeah. The 4-team list yesterday was kind of funny because it was the Lakers, which obviously that's his target, and the Clippers, which is interesting. The Clippers are, I think, definitely viable. They got a lot of different pieces they could trade. They've got all their picks that they could put in trade, I believe. And they've got a supporting cast that you could win with even after trading whatever you trade for Anthony Davis. I don't know if they actually have, unless they're going to trade Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which they'd have to. Like, that's the top of the list. So they have an interesting combination they maybe could put together. But the Knicks and the Bucks just traded their best asset, Kristaps Porzingis, as a means to offload bad contracts to Dallas. They don't have anything left to trade. I mean, Kevin Knox and Frank Ntilikina and picks is not going to do it, I don't think. I don't see how the Knicks are even in this. And even if you did trade those guys, now you really have nothing. Anthony Davis is going to be playing with, mannequins. And the Bucks, look, a Giannis-Anthony Davis pairing would be phenomenal. I would love to see that if that came to pass. But the Bucks even know they don't have the means to make that deal because their best supporting cast players are mid-career veterans who are all expiring deals. Malcolm Brogdon and Eric Bledsoe and Chris Middleton. You can't, if you're the Pelicans, you can't acquire a bunch of guys who are on expiring contracts.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.